Hello, welcome to the Stream Picks. Thank you for joining. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Okay, good. Just want to make sure because sometimes technology doesn't like to function correctly, and I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So yeah, welcome to the stream. I know I told you guys before that I was going to be doing some comic pages today, so I am going to be proceeding with that, and yeah. So I have four pages already sketched out for this. The pages in question are for my art blog, Ask Chime Night. So I did share a link in the Discord where if you would like to read it in chronological order, it is available. Hello, Jello. Welcome to the stream, and no worries. Glad to have you here. So don't if there's any issues and you have to leave, no worries, and enjoy as much as you can while you're here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the first page. Yeah, I had remembered Pix that you had mentioned you had wanted to read things in chronological order. And I had been wanting to get something together to be able to do that to begin with. So it was honestly just a matter of time. So I will be updating the layout of that site at some point. I kind of just threw it together today. But the pages are in chronological order, so you should be able to read both the introduction, chapter 1 and chapter 2. Chapter 2 only has 2 pages right now. I'm actually going to be working on pages 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I know I've mentioned it to you guys before that I really like using Metabing for doing comics, and that's because Metabing actually provides a lot of really good resources to be able to do comics. So I'll be showing you guys how I do that. Yeah, I know how you feel, Jello. I feel that pain. Twitch doesn't like to work on my phone either, so. So I have the base sketch on base layer, made a new layer, and we're going to be using the comic panel tool. The layout's a little different from when I'm on my phone. Where is that tool? Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate that Twitch doesn't like to cooperate on the Android phones, just because, you know, a lot of times, you know, if you're out and about, you can't exactly have access, you know, to a computer, so it makes things difficult. Alright, so there we go. So it was under layer, add panel material. So on the phone, there's an actual set button for this, where it allows you to create the base frame for the comic. I usually do a line width of 10 pixels, and then using the divide tool, it should allow me to... Ooh, that is way too big. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we want it set to pixel and not millimeter because that makes a huge difference. And then from there, I can just cut out where I want the panel borders to be. And there we go. We have our comic frame. It's a little easier on the phone, but it still works. Alright, so now I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to do... Hey Maki! It looks like you just joined. Did you need me to go over how I created the comic panels? Because I can go over that again if you need it. Okay. I mean, just as a quick run through, if you're on the computer, it's a little different from the phone. On the computer, you go to add panel material. I usually designate the lines as 10 pixels. And then you use this tool right here called the divide tool, which allows you to cut into the shape to put where you want the panels. Alright, so now I'm going to use the shape tool for the speech bubbles. And I usually like to match it to the panel frame width, which again is 10 pixels. The width that you go with can be totally up to you and your comic, so you don't have to go exactly by my dimensions. Alright, so now I have my speech bubbles, and this time they're not cutting into the edges of the panel, so I don't have to erase anything. But I'm going to do another new layer to give the speech bubbles their tails, as they're called, apparently. Alright, so now that I have the tails in, I'm going to go ahead and erase this excess border that I don't want there. Got a random extra one here. How's everybody's day going so far? I know it's the middle of the week, so. Well, it's good to hear, Pix. I'm glad that it's going well for you. Alright, got my bubbles in there, so I'm going to go ahead and merge down. Alright, so now that I have the speech bubbles, I am going to do the line art for the characters. Oh, nice. You're very close to getting that Meloetta Pix. So I always focus on one panel at a time for pretty obvious reasons. Now I'm just clearing out what I don't need. Layers are your friend, so never hesitate to use multiple layers because they can save you on some annoying mistakes. Are you asking me that, Jello? Or are you asking somebody in the chat? Or both? still can't believe we're already at the 19th of October. Feels like this month flew by. I'm glad you like the. I'm glad that you like the way that they look, pics. I'm definitely trying to get into posting updates more frequently. So, fun fact, I actually did not create Chime. Chime was a design that somebody on Tumblr came up with, and they were doing a free giveaway where they had multiple designs that if you wanted it, all you had to do was ask to claim it. And I saw the the design for Chime, and I don't know why, but he just really caught my attention, and I was like, you know what, he looks like he might be fun to do a story with, and so these comics just kind of happened. I'm very fond of Chime because he's just a little guy. And for those of you who did not know, Chime is mute. So most, because he's a Qingling, which, as you know, is a Gen 4 baby Pokemon evolving into Chimecho. But Chime, I haven't really gone over this yet, but he was born without the little metal ball that creates the ringing sound. So he is mute. He cannot talk. I mean, that's fair picks. Personally, I think adoptables are fun. I've gotten quite a few from other people. Sometimes other people come up with some interesting characters that you might not have yourself, so I think they're fun. I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of characters that might not have existed if somebody else hadn't created them for others. You know, like Jello. Jello only exists because I was the one who created him. Yeah, I mean, I've sold some adopts in the past that I either lost track of the person I sold it to, or they just never did anything with them. But there's nothing you can really do about it. No, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about that, Pix. I think Jello is still at work, so it's a little hard for them to see everything that's going on as it happens, so. I mean, it does, but Jello's at work, so I'm not really gonna be pressing them for quick responses. The nice thing about digital art is that it tends to be a little more forgiving than traditional. Particularly that you can undo things if you don't like the way it looks. Yeah, Control Z is definitely a very dear friend of mine. I use it a lot. Just realized I never posted the link on another spot for the stream. And there we go. Posted. Maki, we need to try doing another collab or comic or something together again, like we used to. It's been so long. Another fun fact for those of you who didn't know, me and Maki have known each other for like over 16 years. And some of my very first comics I actually did together with Maki, so there's a lot of history going on there. How to start sketching? There's people who have said that doing warm-up sketches are a good idea, so like circles to help like loosen your wrist. Basic shapes are definitely a good idea because I mean like chime is literally a sphere, but basic shapes are a good place to start. Even just little random doodles on paper can help like warm you up. He is spherical. Yeah, no worries. If you're new to art, it's always kind of hard to know where to start. So, you know, it's always kind of like, what do I do first? Because a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on where to start. A kind of funny thought I always have when I'm drawing Chime is that I feel like I'm drawing a cousin of Kirby, because he's essentially built very similarly to Kirby. So it's just kind of funny to imagine him as like this fellow warrior like Kirby is. Yeah, I at one point I would like to draw the two of them together just because I think it would be fun. They're just little guys, doing their best in a very crazy world. When absorbing a color, it turns into a Kirby. It's interesting. I'm actually not very familiar with that series. Oh, it's only a single game. That's probably why. I don't know why I was thinking it was series, but that would explain a lot, actually. And Japan only. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, so I got my lines. My lines are done. So now we're gonna do the text, which I usually keep the physical sketch next to me instead of having to turn off layers, just because it's a little easier for me to read. Now, for the font that I use for my text, Metabang has one that's essentially the same font as what's used in most manga, and it's the font is typically called Anime Ace, but Metabang's version of it is called Wild Words. And it's the default font that typically is selected when you start up the program. But it's a nice, easy font to read, and because it's associated with most comics, it's kind of an industry standard. Can you go with a different font? Absolutely. It is your comic, so you can do whatever the heck you want, but I just like sticking with this one. You can. If you're on a laptop, if you're on an actual computer and not your phone, you can use whatever fonts are installed on your PC. If you're on your phone though, you can't. But if you're on your PC, you can absolutely use whatever fonts you have installed. So I know it's somewhere in here. They might have changed it though, because I'm not seeing. Yeah, it looks like you're limited to what the fonts that they have on hand, but they do update what is available. So you have honestly a ton of options to use. And the nice thing is, it gives you a preview of what the font looks like. So you're not like, okay, what is this one? Especially because a lot of them, the names are in Japanese. So it can be a little confusing, but they do have like two different pixel fonts, one that is sans serif and one that is serif. So, you know, they give you a lot of options to work with. So, regardless of not being able to use like your PC fonts, you still have a lot of different options that you can use. If you're using a font that you make on a website, if you export it as a transparent PNG, you could technically import it as an image rather than a font and use it that way, but it might just be a little extra steps for you though. Helps if I can spell. I usually do center alignment, and then I kind of arrange it based on how it looks visually. Alright, now that I have my text, I can start doing the screen tones. So as I mentioned before, Metabang has a ton of screen tones that you can use for your comics, and they're all free, so it's pretty good. You can also create your own tile patterns, which I have done before. So you can use this to make color patterns or screen tone patterns, whatever you want. So again, I'm going to go panel by panel, and again, it's different on the computer versus phone. Yeah, it's not a particularly long process to do these. Mostly because I keep my style pretty simplistic, so it's not quite as complicated as somebody who would do like a super detailed background. Things like that can definitely slow you down. Here we go. Okay, so material. So for chime, I usually do this one. So just to show you guys what I'm talking about, these are all free screen tones that you can download from Metabang. And these are tiles, which means that they can be repeated endlessly and seamlessly. Didn't see what. Oh, because it's in a different window. Just a second here. There we go. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So these are the screen tone tiles that you can download for free on Metabang. So let me scroll down for you guys. But these are all 100% free that Metabang gives you that you can use for comics or any art that you use that you do on their program. These are for free that you can use. Now these are just the tiles. They also have tones, which are more like patterns and even some background objects. So like that's a background preview. They also have like these dynamic lines that you see a lot in comics. They have like the bubble effects. They have sparkles. They have stars. They have like this material that you usually use to show when somebody's like super shocked about something. They have water ripples. They have clouds. They have like all kinds of stuff that you can use. So, like legitimately, Metabang gives you a lot of really, really good items, and these are all standard with the program. You do not have to pay for these. So, when it comes to doing like comic art and stuff, Metabang is really cool because they give you all these resources for free. Again, I am not sponsored by Metabang. I just really like their program. Little disclaimer there. But yeah, so these are the materials that they give you for free. Let me go ahead and switch back. So if you're doing on the, I mean, typically you have to download them. You download them for the cloud, but you, let me change windows real quick. So typically there's a little icon that you'll see under the material window. It's not letting me pull it up to show, but it's gonna look like a little cloud with a down arrow coming out of it, like this. If you can see where my little Mew is pointing. Under the brush pens at the bottom, you can add brushes from the cloud because they also post a ton of brushes online that you can use. So materials, brushes, if you see this little cloud icon with the down arrow, that's what you'll click to download it from their system. And don't even get me started on the brushes, because there's like hundreds and hundreds of brushes that they've released. So it's pretty crazy. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, so the next one is... This window is small, so it makes it hard to see anything. Yes, it's that one. There we go. So I already kind of know what tones I use for my characters. You'll kind of have to play around with it and see how it looks to you, and you can adjust how zoomed in or out the texture is, because that will affect the joke, or the joke. I just read the chat and it interrupted my sentence. It'll affect how light or dark the screen tone might look, depending on if it's super spaced out or not. There we go. We have a panel. I'm actually going a little slower than I usually do. It's usually a lot faster for me because I know where everything is on my phone. Well, the nice thing is, since I know what I'm doing with this now, it's a little easier for me to go and do the rest. You can also lower the opacity to lighten the screen tone as well, which is sometimes it's like just a little too dark. So I'll use either the eraser tool, the low opacity, or I'll physically lower the opacity to change how dark it is and make it lighter. And feel free to ask if you have any questions about what I'm doing or anything like that. Hi, Luna. Nosy puppy. Nosy puppy. Might have to use a brush for this instead. Luna. Maki says hi. To finish it depends on how detailed I get with it. For something like this, if I'm doing it on my phone, the lines usually take longer than the actual screen toning, so yeah, so I'm looking at the brushes on the cloud, and it says there's 744, not including the basic ones that come with Metabang, and there's already quite a few of those as well. So yeah, Metabang gives you a lot. You definitely cannot say that they don't give you give you enough to work with, because they give you a lot. Basically what I'm doing right now is I don't want the white of the eyes to get filled in by the screen tone, so I'm just kind of deselecting that area just so it doesn't get filled in with the rest. Now for the eyes, I have a specific tone pattern that I use. And now I have to find it. It's not that one. Do I not have it downloaded? It's not that one. It's not that one. There it is. I found it. Now I just have to find the spot. I know, right? Just like 700 over 700 brushes that you have to go through all the time. Helps if I do this on the right layer. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear it because I always worry. I would agree with that, Pix. I always like seeing how people do their art. And there we go. Page is finished. Although I am going to add my link watermark. Alright, so now on to the next page. Just waiting for it to save. And saved. So again, after making the panels, we do the speech bubbles. No worries, Pix. If you if you read the previous pages, it'll make sense. Now they have some pre-made speech bubbles that you can use on Metabang, but I just prefer to do my own. Totally just a personal preference. I was like, why is this line not erasing? probably because I didn't change the opacity setting. Did I hit something? Oh, apparently I hit something. Yeah, I'm good pics, don't worry. Sometimes I make faces while drawing and I don't realize it. Yeah, I don't like that. probably want to change the font for that. I mean, if you're getting electrocuted, I don't know how well you'll be able to continue doing that. I feel like that's not quite right either. Nope. Eh. Another nice thing about digital is you can edit as you go. Please do not use latex gloves as I am allergic. They can be popular, but it really just depends on who's doing them, because like I've gone to some popular artists' art streams and they'll have like a ton of people in there, so it really just depends on if you have a big fan base or not. Yeah, I am allergic to latex. I found that out the hard way. Fun fact, the Machamp is based on a Machamp in my Pokemon Go game where she has perfect stats and she is very strong. Yeah, she's very strong, and I'm very fond of her. Her name is Alexandra. So now we're gonna do the lines. Poor little Chime has no idea what's going on either. Well, in my college we did a lot of 3D stuff, so I have done 3D work, and I can do some pretty okay stuff in my opinion. Usually, objects are easier than anything organic. Yeah, because like I can model like bookcases and books and chairs and whatnot pretty easily, and doesn't give me any issues. But when you start going into like 3D character modeling, that's when it starts getting hard. Could I do things better than I did back when I first learned 3D? Oh, absolutely. But some things are a challenge no matter what. Pixel art, I don't have any experience with really, but I definitely would like to learn it. I think the closest I have gotten to that is doing like sprite recolors or like combinations. Like I did make a little sprite edit for Chime to use on my blog, which let me pull it up here. Um, I just sent it to myself today, so I have it here. Give me just a second. So yeah, it's very tiny, but it's a little sprite edit for Chime, and I did it using Qingling, and for the fluff of his like little ponytail thing, I actually used from a sprite of Poochiana. I took the tail and ended up using that, and yeah, that I've done some like combinations of like Pokemon fusions in sprite form. I've done that, but I haven't really done like original sprite work just because I don't fully understand how to do that. As for who made the Jello sprite, you would have to ask Jello themselves, just because I don't remember their information off the top of my head, so I really couldn't say. I have done some work with clay, and I find clay to be pretty fun. I'm not like super great with it, but I definitely enjoy it. Jello was the one who commissioned the work for that, so they would have that information, not me. Clay is fun. I do enjoy stuff with clay. I would like to be able to do some more detailed stuff like what Yisha Stone does, where even with small sculpts they can still do some pretty detailed work. But it's definitely an interesting medium, for sure. I recently started rewatching a anime series that a friend of mine had introduced me to a few years ago, and it's a very good series, but it definitely messes with your mind. So I mean, I can't force you to do anything, so I mean, whether you commission them or not is totally on you. I cannot be held responsible for that. I hated myself for making myself draw a Machamp because they're definitely the more human type structured ones, and muscle structure is not an easy topic for me. Anatomy is hard. Well, if you do anything with it, Maki, I would love to see. I haven't done anything with clay in a bit. I think the last thing I made was a little Cyclops bunny, and I did a clay piece of an adopt I got from somebody on Toy House. It's a Snom and Alolan Vulpix fusion, and it turned out pretty well in my opinion, so I'm pretty fond of it. But Maki, why not both? I know you're probably looking at the screen right now like, are you really suggesting that to me? Hey, you're really telling me to do both? Do you know how much effort that would take? Yeah, I knew it, Maki. I knew it. Hi, Maki. I'm on stream. Oh, you heard that. Maki said hi back.
See?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, Pix. Yeah. Somebody gave me a Perler Bead Pikachu once. I won it in a Pokemon group, and it's really well made, actually. I'll have to send a picture of it at some point, but yeah, I decided to give him a ponytail because why not? I kind of didn't want to go with like the stereotypical Gardevoir style, and I was like trying to think of what I could do instead, and I ended up doing a ponytail and a whim, and I was like, you know what, I actually like that, so it stuck. Yeah, between him and his wife, the Machamp, he's definitely the more chill one. She gets a little carried away at times, and he worries about her getting in trouble. She means well, but she has a little too much strength, so misunderstandings can occur at times. I kind of wanted to do when it came to the parents for the little Machop. I kind of wanted to flip the script a little bit, and I had her dad be the more feminine looking one versus her mom. But they all get along well. But yeah, Maki, I know you said earlier to my suggestion about us doing a collab together. We'll have to discuss that. Because I kind of want to do like a something non-fandom, like something original. But like I have no idea what. And we've already worked together, and so I know that we could totally do it. Because I mean, considering at the time we had legitimately no idea what we were doing, we still managed to get like a heck of a lot drawn. And I feel with like what we could do now versus then, we could like totally come up with something really good. And we have a bunch of characters that we've written about. So I mean, we could always do something with them and add some new stuff or something. Just realized I missed some stuff up here. Now I have to remember where it is. Dot pick. I'll have to look that up. If I do pretty much all my art on my phone. Just because it's easier for me to do so with my stylus. So I'll have to definitely take a look into that. I'm not familiar with anything like that. It's just I have a Galaxy Note 9, so it automatically came with a stylus. Oh yeah, I actually have that Pix. I actually participated in the Kickstarter for that, so I got access to everything before a lot of people did. And it's really cool. My only complaint about it is that the pen tool that comes with it, I don't like how it's based on like a little plate thing instead of being like a regular nib on a pin. So it's harder for me to use. But I've seen people have done some really cool stuff with it, so it's just kind of my own personal issue about it, I guess. What Pokemon do I most enjoy making an OC out of? That's a good question. Honestly, that's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard for me to decide on because a lot of Pokemon have really good potential. Um, I feel like bipedal ones are easier for me to design off of, just because potentially you could have them doing more things. I I think, but I mean, one of my more recent Pokesonas, you guys, I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but they are not bipedal. If I can find it. So this one right here is a recent Sona that I made, and it's based off of a Galarian Zigzagoon. I just kind of I made it shiny, so the shiny has pink stripes, and then I just kind of, instead of the white, I reversed it to black because I preferred that. So they're not. I mean, I guess they could do some bipedal things, but they're not really meant to be bipedal. So technically, any Pokemon is easily, subjectable to being made into an OC for me. There's only one Pokemon that I absolutely refuse to draw, and that's Eternatus, because it's just really, really more detailed than I want to deal with. So I that's the only Pokemon I refuse to draw. Originally, I was intending to make the Machop join Chime on his quest, and then I ended up deciding against it. Nara is actually, yeah, there you go. um, she has quite the infinite supply, so I wouldn't worry about it. No worries, Maki. That's fair. I mean, it's really there's not much you can do about that, unfortunately, because like even like Google Translate's not even perfect. So I really do wish that Google's translations were a little more accurate. But what can you do? I'm sure they would appreciate hearing that. I will say though, just don't expect any of that from me. Not particularly. I don't know if I have anything that quite fits. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that quite fits the bill. I know that Pokemon Xenoverse has a scene that actually they did really good to make it creepy. But I don't know if I would be able to get to it in time. There's a brush that I remember, but I can't find it. Where is that brush? least I'm pretty sure it was a brush. Alright, that's another page finished. Woo! Two out of 4 completed indeed. Hello Amy, welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. We just finished 2 out of 4 pages. So I'm gonna be doing the next one now. As soon as this finishes saving, I can't talk. This one, the lighting looks really, really weird, and that's because I took the picture outside, so it looks a little off. How are you doing, Amy? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope it gets better soon, Amy. That is true. That is definitely true. A new card game? What's it called? I'm curious. I'm just wondering if it's something I've heard of. Oh. Gotcha. 5 minutes or less. Watch somebody purposely try and make it longer just because they can. They'll find a way. I know they will. Just like people manage to beat games in like less than 12 hours that was meant to be like over 90 hours. They just somehow find a way. That is not something I'm good at, so I'm glad that you can manage that, because I am not good at that. I don't even know what I'm gonna do next half the time, so I mean. Oh, Amy. The spoopy eyes. Did I hit the... Oh my god, how do I keep hitting that? I keep hitting number keys somehow, so it I keep ending up with weird faces, and the only excuse that I'm gonna give that I gave earlier is that I have a tendency to make faces while I'm drawing, and I'm not sorry. Amy, shh. Oh, I was just making faces again like I was earlier, Pix, apparently. I honestly would not mind a smoothie right now. That would be yummy. Time for some text. Thank you, Amy. I'm glad to hear that. To be honest, I'm really glad that I have been able to get back into drawing again. Are you like her mom? Are you a little overwhelming but mean well? It's all good, Amy. At least you don't have the overwhelming strength of a perfect stat Machamp. Welcome back, Pix. Twitch tends to do some crazy things. Also, you guys probably don't know this, but I actually have Chime next to my computer while I'm working on this. Because, for those of you who didn't know, I actually have a plushie of Chime. Let me post it in the Discord so you guys can see. Alright, I just posted it in miscellaneous in my Discord, so if you want to see plushie Chime. I mean, Amy, I can recommend you a very good person. The person who made my plush Chime is also the same one who made the plushie of Jello. So I can definitely vouch for their good work. I have multiple plushies from them. So if you need a recommendation, I can totally give it to you. I will say though, they're not the cheapest. I mean, they're cheaper than a lot of other people go for, but because they're handmade, and the work is just really, really good. They're very sturdy, very clean. So yeah. Yes, Pix. Let me grab that for you because they actually have a Tumblr. Helps if I can spell, for one. Oh yeah, no, I definitely don't argue that. And from what I can tell you, their work is entirely worth it. So here's their Tumblr link. Oh yeah, no, it was closer to 300 pics. It was like 280 something. Which I also have a plush of myself, Duskfy. That was also not cheap, but totally worth it. And they're super nice. So totally recommend it. Fully recommend them as a plush maker. They work in a smoke-free environment, so the plushies never come, like, they never arrive smelling weird or perfumey or anything. So send a picture of what pics. Because if you're talking about the other plushies, yeah, I can totally do that. I'll have to get them together, and I will absolutely share that with you guys. Actually, the last plush that I received from them was a weighted plush shark, where they had some pre-made ones and they were just selling them, and they were they're weighted to help, like you know, there's like weighted plushies out there for like anxiety and whatnot. So she was making some of her own, and I got one from her, and his name is Chonk, and he's a black shark with red features, and he weighs 4 pounds, and he is absolutely delightful. You need a what? You repeating that is not making me understand any better. Oh. I'm not familiar. I do have a plush that I was given by my mom and my brother for, I think, might have been it was either my birthday or Christmas. But it's a little dragon. I have a plushie from IKEA that's a dragon. Shockingly, I have not seen that, Amy. Oh man, that brings back memories, pics. So many memories. That character brings back a lot of memories. Could you really hear that, Amy? Because they're all the way downstairs. Oh my god. Apparently my microphone is a little more sensitive than I realized. I will let them know, Amy. Yeah, but well, I mean, that's fair. And there's really like no soundproofing in this house, so that doesn't help either. Yeah, I know what you're talking. I know what you're talking about, Amy. So I finally realized what was causing the random expression changes. Apparently, I'm hitting keys on the keyboard when trying to adjust text size, and it's also corresponding to certain mechanic controls. I thought it was isolated to the one keyboard, but apparently not. Yeah, it definitely explains why and how it was only changing to very specific ones. You got your first pair of pajama pants? Are they like a pattern? Or are they like the really soft kind? Yeah, those are always really nice to have. You know, I saw they had some like that at, it was either Box Lunch or Hot Topic. I don't remember where, and I wanted to get them, but I couldn't at the time. And the next time I went and I was able to get them, they didn't have them. And I was so bummed that I didn't get it because it's probably the ones that you got, Amy, that I had wanted to get and I didn't, and they didn't have it after I went back, and I was very sad because they were very soft and I would have loved them. Because I am definitely a person who can stay in their pajamas all day. I know, we almost had matching PJs. And I'm really sad that I don't have it. I mean, yeah, that's obviously got to happen at some point, Amy. We still got to drag you to the West Coast. Yeah, it's definitely later for you, Hicks, than for most of us. Although I think Amy's only like 1 hour behind you, so. Yeah, Amy, if you come out West Coast, I will wave to you from California. I mean, yeah, but you'd have to go down a couple states. So because as much as I'd like to join you in, if you were to visit Washington, I have yet to find a job because nobody effing responds. For a while, I actually used to talk to somebody from Brazil, and they were trying to learn English, and I was trying to practice Spanish. So we would kind of like she would talk to me in English, and I would try to talk to her in Spanish, and it was a very interesting interaction. Hey, I mean, Australia's on the opposite side of the world from us, so I mean, like that's pretty dang far away. I mean, at that point, you kind of have to. You kind of have to learn their schedule because otherwise, you're never going to talk to them. I'm actually not familiar with that, Amy. Yeah, I would have to do the same thing, Pix, because I yeah. Gotcha. Well, that's cool. Holy moly. I mean, I can do that much, but like it really depends on what sort of response I have received, because if they're not giving me anything to work off of, then they're not getting a long response. I had somebody once where I was doing an RP with them, and they literally gave me a one word like a just like a 4-word response, and I was like, what do you expect me to do with this? Like, I literally had no idea how to respond, and it was not good. Yeah, it's one thing if you give me a long response and you give me something to like I can actually work with, but then when you respond with okay, he said, but what do you want me to do with that? That doesn't give me anything. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Amy. Absolutely. Like, you need to at least give enough of a response that the person you're RPing with, like, actually has something to work with, something to respond to. Yeah, it ultimately depends on who you're doing one with, but they are definitely a blast. They're also good writing practice. And sometimes if you're like trying to figure out a character and what their personality is, an RP can really help you cement some like characteristics about your character. Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. There are times where a short response is absolutely fine or necessary even, and then there are times where it's like, why would you do this? Is it sad, Amy, that I could perfectly picture that? You know, I've actually done that exact. I actually have drawn that exact face with my old blog, with the one that I met Jello with. Sometimes Victini. I actually drew my Victini character with that exact face and dressed up as Saitama and everything. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have it on this laptop. It's on my old laptop. But I do still have it. I mean, Amy, there's technically a possibility. I did add 2 prizes to the raffle that me and Jello are doing, and fifth place is a free emote or icon. Amy, that's concerning. Why is Jello getting kidnapped by an octopus? I have concerns. Sure, Amy, you go with that. Amy, you can say whatever you like. That does not mean I agree with it. Yeah, it's probably a good thing that Jello is not actively watching this right now, because I think they would have things to say about this. Sure, Amy. You can think that all you want. Amy, that emoji is absolutely horrifying on every level. if that's what you want to call it. I mean, it would be nice to have more people for interactions, but yeah, I don't do great with very large groups myself, so that's partly why I'm not in like large RP groups, because I have a tendency to get left out and then I get upset or anxious and I'm like, I can't do this. Yeah, I don't even know if I can do that much, Amy. Yeah, no, I trust me, it's a very familiar feeling with myself as well. You are not alone in that. yeah, I don't drink. I mean, even more so now because of my meds, but even then, like, even before that, I was never interested in that. Same, same picks. I mean, to be honest, I don't really see anything wrong with drinking if you do it in moderation and you're not getting like blackout drunk. I don't see anything wrong with that, but like if you're getting to the point of blacking out, then that's not good. Um, I mean, if you're talking about the smoking thing, then yeah, no, I totally agree. But in regards to drinking, like, there's some good cocktails out there. I myself usually had strawberry daiquiris, which are pretty much like a strawberry smoothie with like a little bit of alcohol in it. See, for me, if I can taste the alcohol, I automatically don't like it. Like the taste of the alcohol has to be really subtle, otherwise I'm not gonna drink it. Same. Same, Amy. Same. Same, Amy. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely glad that you're enjoying it. A lot of times you don't get to see the behind the scenes for most artists, so didn't mean to zoom all the way out. No worries, Amy. It's kind of late. I mean, it's not the latest you've had to stay at work, but I'm glad you get to go home finally. Just drive safely. Don't want to hear anything bad happening. Joe would be doing the OT again. Well, it's no fun either way, Jello, so. No worries. I mean, you'll get to see the finished pages regardless. And I will definitely be streaming more pages in the future, so this will not be the last of streaming Chime comic pages. The next stream is, let's see what's, let me check the date. So on Sunday I have a gathering that I have to go to, so I might end up moving I think I'm gonna move the stream to Saturday like I did before. So I'll be putting out a question for you guys to respond to. So I'm gonna move it to Saturday because I have a thing to go to on Sunday. So I'll be checking to see what time is better for you guys, because last time I did it at 1, which didn't seem to be an issue for most of you, but I will be checking anyways again because, you know, things change. So but it is planned to be the Nuzlocke continued. And with that, it is another finished page. Alright, so with that, it is 9:30, so we've been at this for 3.5 hours. That's pretty good, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. There's one page left, but I'll probably just end up doing that tomorrow on my own time. And then Saturday will be the next scheduled stream, but I'll be posting about that in the Discord. But other than that, thank you guys for joining. Definitely was fun having you guys watch these comic pages get made, and I hope to see you on the next stream. Have a good night. Take care, Pix. I can't talk. That's a sign I need to go to bed. Take care, Pix. Have a good night.